Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Curry shoe that Steph Curry just absolutely destroyed everyone in the finals with, the Curry 4 Flotro. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Curry 4 Flotro features the same traction pattern as the Curry 9. What you're gonna get is like this, I don't know, like digital traction pattern that's made out of completely foam. There's absolutely no rubber on here. And just like with the Curry 9, you're gonna get really good traction. For some reason, the one difference between the Curry 4 Flotro and the Curry 9 is that performance on the dustier courts. For some reason, I had like literally zero issues with the Curry 4 Flotro's traction, whereas with the Curry 9, I did have some like sliding here and there if you didn't wipe. But here, I literally like did not wipe. You can still see dust accumulated and like chunks of dust just stuck in the traction, and I stuck like glue still. So yeah, I don't know if anything changed, or maybe, you know, compound changed, or maybe just the court conditions were slightly better than normal. But, you know, for me, traction was amazing. Clean courts, dusty courts, you were going to be stopping on a dime. The traction is amazing, a little too amazing. If you're not ready for it, you know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the Curry 8 and Curry 9 reviews as well. But yeah, if you're not ready for how good the traction is, you might hurt yourself because it is that good. You will literally stop on a dime, maybe even smaller than a dime. So moving on to the cushion, the Curry 4 Flotro obviously features full length flow, which is, you know, the same cushion that was used in the Curry 8 and the Curry 9. And yeah, it's pretty much no different in here. You know, it is a very low to the ground setup. You're gonna feel very responsive. You're gonna have a lot of court feel. What you're not gonna get is a lot of impact protection. So yeah, you know, you do get a little bit of bounce. You do feel like very floaty, I would say. I would say the cushion overall is a very smooth feeling cushion. You're not gonna get like any crazy bounce or anything like that, which I'm perfectly fine with. I would say this has like adequate, you know, impact protection, at least for myself, but definitely does not have a lot. So just really keep that in mind. But yeah, you know, the flow cushion is more than enough for me, and it does feel really, really good. If you are one of those players that, you know, likes to be really quick and shifty, you just get instant feedback, which is awesome. So yeah, you know, if you are expecting a lot of impact protection, you're definitely not gonna like this cushion setup. But if you like to be very, very quick, you like a lot of court feel, the flow is gonna feel amazing. So moving on to the materials, the Flotro 4 actually features different materials than the regular Curry 4. In the Curry 4, it had like this plasticky material, but on here you have a suede material or nubuck. And you know, I'm not sure if this is synthetic or not. I'm gonna assume it most likely is, but it is pretty thick as well. It feels pretty premium. It definitely doesn't feel like the most premium, but it does feel like pretty decent high quality. So the material usage on here is really nice. And this suede material or nubuck material pretty much encompasses the whole shoe except for like the top ankle portion and where the tongue is, or I guess like where the tongue would be. So on the tongue, you do have like this stretchy knit material. And it feels really, really nice, as well as, you know, the knit everywhere else on the shoe. It does feel very nice. The materials do feel overall pretty good on the shoe. I really don't have any complaints from a material standpoint in terms of, you know, the quality or the performance. So yeah, you know, the materials on the Flotro 4 are pretty damn good. So moving on to the fit, I would pretty much say this fits like almost every other Curry shoe. You know, it is maybe like slightly narrow. I went true to size and I felt perfectly fine. I didn't really have any like pressure up in the pinky toe area or anything like that. The only concern is maybe if you do have wider feet, you might want to go up a half size just so your foot isn't like hanging off of the footbed, because I could definitely see that being an issue if you do have, you know, wider feet. But yeah, me as a slightly wide footer, going true to size was perfectly fine. If you have regular feet, narrow feet, I do think going true to size is also your best bet. As far as the actual fit goes, you have barely any dead space up in the toe box area, and this is all one piece, so make sure you do get your correct size, because if you do not, then this shoe is obviously just not going to fit you very well, and you're going to have like support issues in there if it doesn't fit properly. Overall, the materials do lie very nicely over my foot, so yeah, the fit in this shoe was good. I honestly have no complaints. So moving on to the support, I didn't really have too many issues with the support in the shoe. You do have an internal heel counter. Personally, I didn't have any heel slippage in the shoe. My heel felt very locked in. In terms of the side-to-side movement on the footbed, this is where it can kind of get a little iffy. It's not that bad though. If you are doing hard lateral movements, the materials do kind of give, and I did feel my foot slide off the footbed just a little bit. It wasn't like crazy or anything like that, but I did feel it sliding off the footbed up in like the forefoot area, just a tad bit on those hard lateral movements, because like I said, if you are doing hard lateral movements with this shoe, the traction is just so insane that you're going to be putting like a lot of torque on the shoe, and the material has to try to contain your foot with all that force going into it, and that's when I really felt like my foot slide off just a little bit. As far as the lateral movements go, you are going to be covered. This is a fairly wide base, and the foam outsole does protrude out to kind of form like an outrigger, so you are going to be covered there. And then in terms of the torsional rigidity and stability, you are covered there as well. It's fairly stiff, and you do have this midfoot shank plate, which you can see on the bottom of the shoe. So yeah, overall, I would say that the support is really good. Just be careful if you are doing super hard lateral movements, because you might have your foot slide off the footbed just a little bit. The Curry 4 Flotro retails for, I believe, $150, and for 150 bucks, I would say it's definitely a solid pickup. It's very, very similar to the Curry 8 and the Curry 9. It's just, a different upper basically. And yeah, you're gonna get great traction. The cushion is definitely not the best in terms of the impact protection, but for guards or anyone who likes to be very shifting quick, this cushion setup is gonna be great for you. The materials feel pretty high quality, definitely not the most premium, but it's definitely up there. And the support is pretty good too, except for that slight sliding off the footbed on super hard lateral movements. But yeah, overall, the Curry 4 Flotro was a very, very fun shoe to play in. Like, I had an absolute blast testing these. Are these better than the Curry 9? Probably not. I think the Curry 9 is slightly better in terms of the performance, except for the traction. I honestly might have to go back and just retest the Curry 9 because, this should really be the exact same outsole, the exact same foam setup. So maybe the Curry 9 will have like the beast traction that's on the Curry 4 Flotro. And if that's the case, I would say that the Curry 9 is probably a little bit better in terms of the performance. But overall, they're both, super fun, super solid shoes, and you really can't go wrong with either choice. If you all did want to pick up a pair of these, I will leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all liked this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. Also, please hit that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time,